Welcome to Whispers of Wisdom, gentle tales for your heart and mind. The wound is the place where the light enters you. Rumi. These words are not only wisdom, they are a mirror. They remind us that the shadows we carry, the voices that whisper doubt and fear, are not curses. They are invitations. Invitations to transform. Tonight, you have answered such a call. You did not come here by accident. Something deeper, something ancient, guided you to this moment. Close your eyes. Imagine the silence of a forest at dusk. The air is still, heavy with possibility. The sky shifts from gold to indigo to shadow. And then you hear it, a whisper, not loud, not clear, but persistent. The whisper of the wolf. This wolf does not howl in the wilderness. It lives inside you. It speaks with the voice of fear, of doubt, of the memories you carry but wish you could forget. It tells you you are not enough. It tells you you cannot change. It tells you peace is for others, not for you. Breathe. Let those words echo, but do not hold them. Do not wrestle with them. Simply witness them. Because tonight, you will learn something. The wolf does not want you to know. The power to silence it has always been within you. Now, picture yourself walking down a narrow path. The ground is cool beneath your feet. Tall pines rise on either side, their branches heavy with dusk. With each step, you feel the air shift, lighter, calmer, as if the forest itself welcomes you. But still, behind you, the whisper follows. The wolf is close, not with teeth, not with claws, but with words. Every doubt you've ever carried, every harsh voice you've ever believed, they gather in its shadow. You stop walking. You close your eyes. And in that moment you realize the wolf cannot move closer unless you allow it. It feeds on your attention, on your fear, on the energy of your belief, and so you turn. You face the shadow in the trees and you whisper back, I hear you, but I'm not you. Try to accept the changing seasons of your soul, even if you have never heard of winter in your heart. Rumi. The forest grows silent. The air, still. The wolf's eyes glimmer faintly in the dark, but its voice falters. Because in that single act, in that single moment of recognition, you have begun the transformation. Transformation does not begin with grand gestures, it begins here. With awareness, with choosing not to run, with standing still long enough to say, I hear the doubt. I hear the fear. But they are not the truth of who I am. Take a deep breath. Inhale slowly, exhale gently. Each breath you take in this forest strengthens you. Each pause between inhale and exhale is a space where the wolf cannot enter. It cannot reach you here. And as you breathe, you feel something stir within. Not fear, not resistance, but presence. Your heart steady, your mind open, your spirit waiting. This is the beginning of silencing the negative wolf. Not by force, not by anger, but by remembering that you are more than the voice of fear. You are the silence beneath it. You are the space between its words. You are the forest, not the shadow that wanders through it. So as the scene fades, remember, the wolf is not your enemy. It is simply a voice. But you are the listener. And the listener always has the choice to turn the volume down. The real dirt is not outside, but inside. The rest can be washed away with a little water. Only the heart stains are not washed away so easily. Shams of Tabriz, the forest deepens. The path narrows, hemmed in by roots and shadows. The whisper of the wolf has not left you. It lingers, sometimes faint, sometimes sharp, always pressing at the edges of your thoughts. You sense its presence just beyond the trees, not seen, only felt. A coldness threading through the warmth of your breath. Its voice is not a roar, not even a howl. It is subtle, stealing into your mind like smoke. And soon, you cannot tell if the words are its or your own. It says, you will never be free. You are chained to your past. You walk, but you will always return to the same place. These are not merely words, they are weapons. Each one cuts deep into the mind, leaving unseen wounds. But Shams spoke the truth. The dirt outside, your mistakes, your regrets, can be washed away. It is the stains upon the heart that remain. And so the wolf speaks to those stains. It feeds on guilt. It feeds on fear. It feeds on the memories you bury from others and from yourself. You keep walking. The trees thicken. The light fades. The air grows heavy. And with each step, the voice grows louder. Then you see it. At first, only a pair of eyes. Golden, sharp. Glowing faintly in the dusk. They fix upon you, unblinking. And when you stop, they move closer. The wolf steps forward. Not of flesh and blood, but of shadow and memory. Its form shifts, animal, human, sometimes even your own reflection. You do not move. Your breath steadies. But your heart knows this moment matters. Here in the deep woods of your spirit, you are no longer just hearing the wolf. You are meeting it. It circles you. Not with paws, but with words. Every fear you have carried is whispered back to you. Every failure left unearthed or given becomes its growl. Every dream you buried becomes its teeth. It wants you to run. It feeds on your flight. It craves your surrender. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this, you have the power to revoke at any moment. Marcus Aurelius. The words echo like a shield. A reminder, the wolf is not power itself. It borrows strength only from what you believe. It thrives where you have already surrendered. So you stand tall. You let the wolf circle. You listen to its growls, and you realize its voice is not infinite. It is limited. It only knows what you once fed it. It only repeats the lies you once accepted. The wolf lunges, not with claws, but with a flood of voices. Your failures, your doubts, your fears, all at once. But in that storm, you remain unmoved, for you see the truth. This wolf is not a god, not a master, not even a beast. It is a shadow. It is memory given shape. It is the echo of wounds left unhealed. You breathe. And as you do, the wolf falters, for breath is presence, and presence is light, and no shadow holds its shape beneath the gaze of light. You look into its eyes, and instead of fear, you feel compassion. This creature, terrifying as it seems, was born of your wounds. It has lived because you ignored them. It has grown because you fed it silence. And now, you choose to see it. You whisper, I do not fear you. I do not hate you. I see you, and I release you. The wolf hesitates. Its form flickers. Your words unravel its being. The growl softens to a whimper. The shadow dissolves. It folds back into the forest. The trees exhale. The path clears. The air grows light again. And though the wolf lingers at a distance, its voice weakened, you know something has changed. You have faced it. You have not run. You have not surrendered. And in doing so, you take back a piece of your spirit you once believed lost. The journey is not over, but the first true confrontation is behind you, and with it, the first taste of freedom. Until you have forgiven your enemy, you have not yet forgiven yourself. Rumi. The forest grows still. The shadows thin, like mist retreating from dawn. You walk slowly, your breath deeper, your steps lighter. And yet, something whispers within you. The wolf is not gone. It lingers, unseen, watching, waiting, testing the silence you have found. The path bends. You follow it until the trees open into a clearing. Moonlight pours down, liquid silver upon the earth. At the center, a pool of still water. So calm, so clear, it mirrors the night sky above. You kneel at its edge. The surface ripples. Your reflection shifts. And behind it, the faint outline of the wolf. Its golden eyes glimmer. Not rage. Something else. Sadness. Hunger. Longing. And then you understand. The wolf is not only other, it is a part of you, the darker part, the wounded part, the one still carrying old pain. You close your eyes, voices rise, but softer now. They echo like distant storms. You failed. You were not enough. You will never be free. And then another voice emerges, your own. The voice that has walked this far. It says, I am not my failure. I am not my wound. I am not the wolf. The words hum through the clearing. Not loud, but true. And truth always leaves its mark. The pool ripples again. The wolf's face fades. And for the first time, you see yourself clearly. Not broken, not defeated, simply human. The wolf stirs in the shadows. You know now to silence it. You cannot fight. You must listen. Not to believe, not to obey, but to understand. The wolf speaks in the language of wounds. It feeds on what is unhealed. And so healing is the answer. You rise. The air hums with unseen energy. The forest seems to recognize this moment of awakening. The wolf steps forward. Its form clearer, less monstrous, more fragile. Its eyes, once golden fire, now tired embers. You do not retreat, you do not fight, you simply speak. I know you. I know what you carry. But I am ready to walk without you. The wolf tilts its head. It does not growl. It does not swell. It simply stands, a shadow of your wounds. And then something stirs within you. Compassion. Not for the beast, but for the child it remembers. The spirit once silenced. The heart once betrayed. The wolf is not just shadow. It is memory. It is the scar that longed to be seen. The clearing brightens. The pool glimmers as if stars have fallen into it. And you know, this was never about victory. It was about recognition. You walk closer. The wolf flickers like smoke. Its strength dissolves in the presence of your calm. You whisper, "I see you, but I no longer fear you." Oh, you were born of pain, but I am born of light. The wolf blinks. Its body shimmers, then drifts back. Not in anger, but in surrender. The clearing falls silent. The pool grows still. Your reflection greets you, steady, stronger, clearer. The wolf remains, but smaller now, its whispers faint, its power dimmed. This is not the end, but it is a turning point. The forest, the pool, the wolf, all mirrors, and they reveal the truth. You are no longer the hunted, you are the seeker. And seekers do not bow to shadows. You breathe deeply. You step forward. The path stretches into mystery. The wolf may return, but when it does, you will be ready. For tonight, you have discovered the secret of the mirror. The wolf was never the enemy. It was the wound. And now, the healing begins. The path winds deeper into the forest. The clearing fades behind you, its silver light now only a memory. The air grows cooler. The trees lean closer, their branches like watchful arms. For a time, all is still. Your footsteps fall steady. Your breath feels calm. The silence itself seems to guide you. But then, a shift. A faint sound in the distance. Not the call of an owl, nor the rustle of leaves. It is lower, sharper. A growl carried on the wind. You pause. Listen. The voice you thought had weakened returns. This time it is not only a whisper. It is a song, sweet, almost gentle. The wolf does not growl with rage. It tempts. It says, "Why resist me? I have always been with you. Without me, you are nothing. I am the fire that drove you forward. I am the shield that kept you safe. I am the hunger that made you strong." You stop in the middle of the path. The words are not without weight. For is it not true that pain forged you, that fear sharpened you, that doubt forced you to fight harder than most? For a moment, you waver. The wolf's voice slides between your thoughts like water through cracks. It feels almost convincing, almost necessary. You close your eyes, breathe in deeply. Hold. Exhale slowly. The silence between breaths is your refuge. The wolf steps forward from the shadows. Its shape is clearer than before. Its golden eyes burn not with hatred, but with cunning. It no longer looks like a monster. It looks almost familiar, almost human. And in its gaze, You see the reflection of your own scars, the heartbreak that once defined you, the failures you carried like chains, the nights you thought you would not survive. The wolf says softly, "Without me, you would never have endured. Do not silence me. Embrace me. I am your strength." For a heartbeat, you feel the weight of its words. And then, clarity. Strength born from pain is not true strength. It is survival. And survival's not the same as freedom. You breathe again. The air fills your chest. The forest feels lighter. And you answer, you were not strength. You were the wound. Strength was what I found, despite you. The wolf falters. Its head lowers. Its shape flickers. For truth is poison to lies, and your words carry the weight of truth. It growls again, but softer now, as though even it knows the end is near. You step closer. Your shadow overlaps with its, and you whisper, "You may walk with me, but you no longer lead me." Your voice will fade, and in the silence that follows, I will find who I truly am. The forest exhales. A gentle wind stirs the branches. The wolf takes one final step back. Its body shimmers, not vanishing, but shrinking, diminishing into the quiet. You breathe deeply once more. Inhale, exhale. The temptation has passed. The test is not victory in battle, but victory in choice. And tonight, you chose. The path opens ahead. The moonlight grows brighter. The sound of water drifts through the trees. A river waits somewhere beyond. Its song is not of fear, but of cleansing. And with each step toward it, you feel the wolf's voice fade further. Not gone, not yet, but powerless. For the silence within you is stronger than any whisper. And in that silence you walk forward, lighter, freer, ready. You walk on. The forest begins to open. Branches thin. Light returns in broken shafts, falling like ladders of gold across the path. Your body feels lighter. Not because the journey has ended, but because something heavy has been left behind. For the first time in a long while, your breath feels truly yours. Each inhale, deep and steady. Each exhale, carrying away the remnants of fear. Yet, silence does not always mean safety. In the quiet that follows, your mind begins to stir. It searches for the wolf, for its growl, for its shadow. But all it finds is stillness. Stillness that feels almost too vast. You enter a hollow, a clearing in the woods. Here the earth is bare, covered in soft moss and patches of stone. Above you, the sky widens, a dome of pale blue, the last fragments of night dissolving into dawn. The air holds no scent of fear, only damp earth and distant rain. And in this stillness, something rises, not from the forest, not from outside, but from within you. It is not the wolf. It is not its shadow. It is older, quieter, a deeper echo of your spirit, a voice that does not shout, does not accuse. It waits, patient, unhurried. You feel it in the center of your chest, not as words, but as presence. Who are you when the voices fall silent? It asks. The question does not strike. It unfolds like a ripple across still water. You close your eyes, and with them closed, the hollow expands into a vast inner sky. No wolf, no chains, no echoes of failure. Only you are, and yet to stand here in this wide stillness is not easy. For silence holds mirror. And in its mirror, you see not what you show the world, but what you hide. The fears left unspoken, the dreams half abandoned, the regrets stitched into memory. They rise, not as beasts, but as faces, as moments, as shadows of your own making. Your instinct is to turn away, to cover your eyes, but you remain still. And in the stillness, you allow them to be seen. There is no battle here, no claws, no growl, only the soft unveiling of what has always been within. The hollow is not an enemy, it is a sanctuary. But sanctuaries often demand truth before they grant peace. You breathe, and with each breath, you whisper a quiet permission. I will not run from myself. The faces fade, the shadows soften, and in their place, a strange peace settles. Not the fragile peace of denial, not the brittle peace of avoidance, but the steady, weightless calm of acceptance. As the silence deepens, a single line rises in memory. The wound is the place where the light enters you. Rumi. The words shimmer through the hollow, not as command, but as invitation. You understand. The wolf was born from unhealed wounds. The silence now shows you the wound itself. And where once you feared it, you now see. It is also a doorway. You kneel in the hollow, hands pressed to the earth, breath slow and grounding, and for the first time, you do not beg for the wound to vanish. You do not curse it. You simply let it be. The moss beneath your fingers feels cool. The stones beneath your knees firm. You are held. You are steady. You are not broken. The hollow does not demand perfection. It only asks presence. and in presence, something shifts. The silence no longer feels empty. It feels alive, as if every tree, every blade of grass, every drop of dew is breathing with you. You rise. The sky above is brighter now. The forest no longer looms. It feels open, almost welcoming. The path continues forward. You do not know where it leads, but you no longer fear the unknown. For the wolf has been met. The silence has been faced. And within both, you have found something unshakable. A stillness that belongs to you. And so you walk on. Not in haste, not in fear, but with the steady rhythm of one who has begun to return to their truest self. The path bends, and soon you hear it, the steady murmur of water. At first, faint, like a whisper carried on the wind. But with each step forward, the sound deepens until it becomes a song. A river waits ahead. Wide, shimmering, alive with movement. Its surface glimmers beneath the morning light, a mirror in constant motion. You stand at its edge. The current is neither violent nor still. It flows with purpose, as if it has always known where to go. You kneel. Dip your hands into the water. It is cool, clear. It runs between your fingers, impossible to hold, yet leaving its touch behind. And in that touch, a memory awakens. You recall the words once spoken. No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river, and he's not the same man. Heraclitus, the truth settles in your chest. You are not who you were when you first entered the forest. You are not the same soul that trembled at the wolf's voice. The river does not keep the past. It carries it away. Every drop moves forward, never backward. You close your eyes. Let the rhythm of the current guide your breath. Inhale, exhale, a release with each flow. And then, quietly, the river begins to speak. Not in words, but in its endless motion. It tells you, let go. The phrase echoes within you. Simple, yet heavy. Let go of the voices that once bound your heart. Let go of the shadows that followed your steps. Let go of the weight that no longer belongs to you. At first, fear resists. The mind clings. The heart hesitates. But the water keeps flowing, untouched by fear, untouched by hesitation. You take a stone from the riverbank, heavy, cold. It feels like the shape of old burdens. You hold it in your palm. Study its weight. Then, slowly, gently, you cast it into the river. The splash is brief. The ripples vanish. The stone is gone. And in that act, something inside loosens. You take another stone. There is one sharper, jagged. It cuts against your skin, like old guilt, old shame. You hold it longer, it feels harder to release, but eventually you drop it too. The water accepts without judgment, without resistance. It carries the stone away, as if it was never yours to keep. You realize then, this river is not just water. It is forgiveness. It is renewal. It is the great reminder that nothing must remain as it was. You begin to gather more stones, small ones, large ones, smooth and rough, each one a memory, a fear, a voice you no longer need. One by one, you place them into the river. One by one, you feel lighter, until your hands are empty and your spirit is unburdened. The river continues its song, but now its voice feels different. It no longer whispers, "Let go." It sings of freedom, of movement, of new beginnings. You rise, look into the current, and for a fleeting moment you see your reflection, clearer than before. Not flawless, not without wounds, but whole, present, alive. You bow your head in gratitude, not to the river alone, but to the path, the wolf, the silence, and even the wounds that shaped you. For all of them led you here, and as you turn away, you know the journey is nearing its end. But endings are never only endings. They are thresholds, gateways into something vast, something luminous, something waiting beyond the final step. You walk on, leaving the river behind, yet carrying its song within you. The forest begins to thin once more. Light grows stronger. And in that growing light, the outline of your final destination begins to appear. The last chapter awaits. The last transformation draws near. The forest thins completely now. The shadows retreat. Light pours in freely, bathing the path in gold and amber. Every leaf, every blade of grass shimmers as if touched by fire. You walk slowly, your steps are steady, your chest rises and falls in rhythm with the new calm that courses through you. Behind you, the wolf's voice is gone. Not destroyed, never destroyed, but silenced, reduced to a faint memory, a shadow of its former self. It no longer commands. It no longer follows. Ahead, the horizon stretches wide. Mountains rise like ancient guardians. The sky is painted with the soft blush of dawn, the first light spilling across valleys and streams. You pause at the crest of a small hill. And from this vantage, you see the entirety of the forest you've traversed. The twisting paths, the hidden clearings, the river that carried your burdens, all of it part of your journey. A deep, serene breath escapes you. Inhale. Exhale. You feel the weight of fear dissolve completely. The doubts, the old voices, the shadows of your own mind all drift away, carried by the wind and the memory of water. And in their place, something rises. A light, not outside but inside. A quiet, steady radiance that fills your chest, your mind, your being. You smile. Not a fleeting smile, but one that carries the depth of recognition. You have met the darkness and chosen yourself instead. The forest hums softly around you. Birdsong returns, delicate and clear. The wind caresses your skin. Every sensation feels sharper, richer, more alive. The wolf, if it were to appear, would find no fear in you. It could speak, it could test, it could tempt. But you have learned the truth. Its voice only has power where you give it. Its shadow exists only in the absence of your light. You descend the hill, walking into a meadow bathed entirely in sunlight. The air carries the scent of wildflowers and earth, and the sound of a river flows gently in the distance. Here the world feels infinite. Here everything feels possible. You stop at the center of the meadow, and for the first time in this journey, you feel truly unbound. Not because all challenges are gone, not because the world has changed, but because you have changed. The wolf has been faced, the shadows have been named, the wounds have been acknowledged, and in that acknowledgement, you have discovered freedom. Freedom is not loud, it does not roar, it does not demand attention. It is quiet. It is steady. It is the calm that fills the spaces where fear once lived. You bow your head, a gesture of gratitude, not to the forest, not to the wolf, but to yourself. You have walked through darkness. You have faced your own shadows. And now you emerge into the light, whole, unafraid, and awake. A single thought rises, clear as sunlight. I am here. I am enough. I am free. The meadow stretches on endlessly before you. The river glints like silver. The mountains stand timeless. And somewhere beyond the horizon, a new path waits. You take a step forward, and another. The journey continues, but it is no longer a journey of fear. It is a journey of presence, of purpose, of self-knowledge. The wolf's shadow may return. The storms of doubt may arise again. But you are no longer the same. You carry the river in your hands, the forest in your heart, the light in your spirit, and so, as the dawn spreads across the world, you walk forward, head high, heart open, soul unbound. For tonight, you have learned what no darkness can take. The voice within, the light that guides, the power of transformation. And in that light, all things are possible. As the story fades, into silence. May its whispers stay with you, guiding your heart gently onward. Please like and subscribe to my channel for more calming tales and timeless wisdom. Thank you.